Hey everyone, welcome to Criterion Connection. I'm Joe,
And I'm Scott, filling in for Wade.
and we're here to review A Woman of Paris.
Of Paris, not in Paris, which
I-
I keep, the whole time, I'm probably going to screw that up a lot. I have to keep telling myself that it's in and not, or of and not, see,
You already did it.
yeah.
Yeah, A Woman of Paris by Charlie Chaplin, produced by Charlie Chaplin, written by Charlie Chaplin.
Ironically enough, not featuring Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, this is one of the few, if not the only one, that he does not appear in.
If nothing else, it has to be the first because I did some research into this one after watching it. And apparently, not just the little disclaimer at the beginning that tells you, like, this isn't a comedy, this is a drama, and you are not going to see Charlie Chaplin in this. Apparently, but I don't know how close to the release of the movie, they were actually passing out flyers advertising the movie. And when they did, they specifically put in there, like, do not expect a comedy movie. Do not expect him to be in it. He just made it. He did not do it, and it is not funny.
Charlie Chaplin is sir not appearing in this film.
I thought for a second, when I saw the credits, I saw a guy named Charlie French. Mm-hmm. I thought, oh, maybe he's using a pseudonym and he's like hiding something. But no, Charlie French was a real actor.
Yeah.
Who was not, in fact, Charlie Chaplin. So you got me. Yeah. You got me on that one.
Yeah, this is a dramatic tale of two lovers in France.
Yes.
And kind of how events have thrown them in their different kind of life paths.
Yeah, if I took away anything from this movie, it's two things. Mm-hmm. Number one, dads just suck. His dad and her dad are just the worst. So dads, be better to your kids. But also, you gotta let people finish, man. You gotta let people finish what they're saying. Because this whole movie, everything that happens in this movie could have been avoided if she would have just stayed on the damn line.
Well, I think the what's the word I'm looking for? I think the conceit is they got tickets for the 12:15 train, and they established that she really doesn't have a place to go, so she's getting on the train whether Jean was there or not.
Well, not only that, but they're also planning to get married. They keep talking about they're going to get married.
Yeah,
like, that was
eloping.
The plan.
Yeah,
they were going to go do that,
but he gets sidetracked both after packing and during the phone call, where everything could have been kind of like, hey, something really bad happened. My dad's sick or something. But he gets pulled away.
And that's the thing.
And she's like, well, the plan is to go and I don't have anywhere to go. So she goes to Paris.
And that's my thing, though. It's like, it wasn't like he hung up on her. He basically said, like, hey, he basically said he'll be back. And then she just left. And it's like, I could sort of understand it during the thing with when they were getting ready and packing. Mm-hmm. But at this point, it's like, okay, he has called you on the phone. We can't tell by his voice because it's a silent movie. But I would have to assume you could tell by the tone of his voice, like, it was something serious.
Right.
And she's just like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna, like, move on, I guess. Not necessarily in life, but from this moment, at least.
I think it's, in her mind, I think the way you can think about it is she doesn't know what's going on. The plan's getting derailed. But, like, she doesn't have a home because her dad kicked her out. And she wasn't welcome in Jean's home.
Yeah, because his dad sucks too.
So it's like...
Well, her dad locks her out, so he sucks. The other dad's like, yeah, she ain't staying here. Yeah. Why? I don't know. I don't think we ever get a reason for him why he doesn't like her. He just doesn't. It's like, God damn, men sucked back then. I mean, they suck now, but man, they sucked back in early 20s France.
And part of me thinks, like, oh, maybe her luggage is already checked onto the train. Maybe she already has the ticket. You're not going to get a refund. So I wonder if that's part of it.
That's
you know,
fair, but either way, it's still kind of like you couldn't have called him and be like, hey, so what was that thing that was going on? You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like she goes a whole year before seeing it. I'm like, really? At no point did you like? Also, does that mean he didn't try to get in touch with her? Did she not try? Like, I could sort of understand him because he's dealing with the death of his father and everything, but like.
I think she might be heartbroken, but she goes to Paris and ends up doing well for herself, in some ways.
Yeah.
And then they end up reconnecting by chance.
Well, you what was I'm trying to remember the guy's name. He had such a great name. It was like something Ravel.
Yeah, Pierre.
Pierre Ravel. I was like, oh my god, that is such a great name.
And he's a great rich man.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's like the worst character I've ever seen in a movie, and I don't mean that like I don't mean it in a bad way or in a so bad it's good. He's just the worst in the sense of like the dude who plays him just has the same emotion the whole movie. He doesn't really do a whole lot with it. I don't even with subtitles because it's a silent movie. I don't even think he had that many lines. I think he was literally just there.
He talks to the driver once or twice.
Yeah, he's literally just there to be the guy she's with.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that confused me, and it probably was the fact that, like, a lot of the fashion of the women was very similar. Mm-hmm. That advertisement that, like, about the wedding, that is him and... That is Pierre and... oh god, I can't think of her name. Sorry, Marie. That's him and Marie in the picture, right? Because
I don't think so.
Because then they mention, quote, the other woman.
I think Marie is the other woman.
And it's like, but that's the thing. If Marie's the other woman, who is the main woman? If Marie's the main woman, who's the other one? Because down the road, he starts courting her friend, but that's not until like later in the movie. And that kind of tripped me up through a good portion of the movie. Because I'm like, wait a minute.
It's...
Again, if the other woman would have been more involved or whatever,
right.
That was one of those things that kind of, I won't say it ruined it for me, but it definitely created a lot of hurdles for me that I wasn't able to jump over.
It's very much like rich man has a bunch of ladies kind of thing. And yeah, it is difficult to figure out because like she's living lavishly, like, and she's living in a place where she has like servants.
Right.
But he's never there. So I think Marie is the other woman that he's just kind of footing the bill for. Maybe he's got like a weird arranged marriage situation and then he is able to have these like dalliances outside of it.
Well, yeah, but then it turns out it doesn't even matter because then her friends are like, yo, I don't know if she knows about this. And then they show her and she's like, ha, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And then we never talk about it again. It never comes up again.
Yeah, and
it was just some weird little plot point that I was just I in hindsight I was like, why was this here? Like it didn't. I don't know if it was a little more fleshed out, it probably would have made a lot more sense and probably would have maybe enhanced whatever feeling I'm supposed to feel about Marie's relationship with Pierre. Yeah. But I was so confused because also like picture quality. I mean, you can only clean it up so much. Like I could barely tell who was in that picture. Yeah. And then again, maybe if the other women, instead of being her friend, were like, you know, just women who hung around. Right. If they weren't her friends, or if they were her friends, but they established there was more going on with them and Pierre, you know, before the one where the eventual point where he takes the friend out, that stuff might have made a little bit more sense. It definitely would have shown off more of the potential. I say potential because I can't really say, but like the potential sleaziness of Pierre.
I think this is, and I'm sure because you've pointed out some of the issues already, I think it's a deeply imperfect film.
I would definitely agree, but also what is he supposed to base it off of? You know what I mean? Like you're talking about like movies in at least, I mean, according to everything I'm seeing, it's in the 20s, so it's not like stuff like this is commonplace. I mean, the medium of film as a whole is a relatively new concept, in the way it is now, or the way it is then now at the time.
I think I think there's still things that could be solved.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like you're talking about confusion in the story. I mean, this is very much a kind of tragic romance, a la like Romeo and Juliet, where it's these two lovers that are star-crossed, but you know, life for whatever reason splits them apart. Then they reconnect.
His dad, because dads suck.
And then they get split apart again. It's one of those things where it's hard to do, and I know he's shooting for under 90 minutes because of the three canister, the 3 reels, and
to the best of my knowledge, it's his first time. It's his first dramatic role. Or
right.
Film, excuse me, because he's not in it. It's his first dramatic film. Plus, this is also the first time he's just a director and writer. He's not an actor. He's not acting in this.
But
so maybe there were certain things. Maybe I'm saying being his first like full directing, not focusing on directing himself. Maybe there's things that he kind of lost sight of or didn't think of.
Yeah, maybe. But here's the thing. Like, here's the rub. We're talking about the guy who makes, I know City Lights is later, but like he does the Gold Rush, like right around this time. Like, he has the chops to do it. The film is just really clunky to me.
I think like a story like this was maybe just out of his wheelhouse.
I
he wanted to try to do something new, but maybe he didn't have all the tools. Like maybe if he waited a little bit and then tried this down the road.
It's just, like I said, it's just really clunky. So we've come to that time. Would you recommend this to the general audience?
Not to the general audience. I don't think this is... Obviously, if you're not into silent movies, this one is not going to change your mind. Mm-hmm. If you are into silent movies and you haven't seen it, you've probably seen better. Mm-hmm. So I would say skip it. The only reason I would say to watch this is for curiosity purposes or history purposes. Completionist purposes as well. Like if you want to learn about the early days of film and the early days of like the drama and maybe like the romance film or something like that, it's worth it for that aspect of it. But that's probably like a niche of a niche.
Yeah.
Most people, even those who are into that kind of stuff, probably aren't gonna want to spend their time on this one, and I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't recommend this. It's certainly like it's one of those begrudging like, I mean, if you have to.
It's a slog too.
Yeah, like if you have to, go ahead, but like this is not for me.
I can't tell you how many times I had to tap the thing just to see how much more time we had left.
There's like you can go down a list of Charlie Chaplin films that are head and shoulders better. City Lights, Modern Times, Great Dictator. And these are all in the Criterion collection as it is.
Yeah.
The Kid.
And most of them
Gold Rush.
And HBO Max as well. So,
so,
watch a better one. Watch Modern Times.
Yeah,
I can say for certain because I watched that one.
And
it's really good.
It's unfortunate that I have to say that and they all have the tramp in them. I would have loved to have seen that kind of deftness carried over to this, but maybe he's just kind of still learning his craft at the time. I can't speak for him because this is over 100 years old.
I just chalk it up to someone who went into the deep end of a new style or of movie, just not fully prepared. He didn't put his water wings on.
Yeah, he
needed his water wings, and I don't think he had it for this one.
But that's going to do it for our little review of A Woman of Paris. And just go ahead, like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you disagree. Leave a comment if there's things we missed or things we need to cover, or if you agree with us. So definitely engage with us. Thanks for watching the Criterion Connection. Check out any other Mint Condish stuff that we have on the channel. And we'll see you later. I'm still Joe, and this...
I'm Scott.
This is Scott.
And we'll... See you later! And we will see you later!